Whenever I see a Vermeer painting of musicians, I have this wonderful feeling of calm. It's a visual representation of the way you feel when you hear a lot of this music.
I find that I actually hear music. It sounds crazy, but I do, looking at those paintings, I do hear distant strains of melody.
One thing that sets Vermeer off from many of his contemporaries is the way in which he engages the viewer's attention. In The Woman Standing at a Virginal, we see a very elegant, well-dressed, very proper young woman. With her hands on the keys, she's turned to look at the viewer as a way of inviting the viewer into the scene. And if we look in the background, we see a little Cupid holding up a single card. This was a symbol of the preference for the love of one over the love of many. So essentially an advocate for monogamy. This is a woman who is looking for just one person to come and join her. The woman seated at a virginal is often seen as a pendant to the woman standing at a virginal. The two paintings are playing with contrasting ideas of love. In The Woman Seated at a Virginal, we see a painting of a procuress, of love for sale. Not a very honorable form of love, but a more mercenary form of love. There's a viola da gamba in the foreground, suggesting that she's waiting for someone, presumably a man, to come pick up the instrument and join her in harmony. The guitar player is such a wonderful example of Vermeer's unique ability to combine stillness and sound. The woman herself is the picture of stillness until we look at her hand and the strings of the guitar. It seems as if they've just been plucked and they're still vibrating. So he's just very subtly interjected that note of sound. The composition of the guitar player is very unusual. It almost seems like the woman is being pulled away from us outside of the picture frame. There's something that's caught her attention. She's a well-to-do young lady, quite fashionable, maybe a little risque because some of the repertoire for the guitar was quite daring for the time.
People thought that the guitar was the devil's instrument, and that the devil was sort of coming through guitar music and influencing youth and making them touch hands when they danced.
One of the reasons I think why Vermeer is so effective in his musical depictions is not so much for what he puts in the paintings, but for what he takes out. This small painting of a woman seated at a virginal is, in many respects, an absolute distillation of what he was trying to do. I have the sense that the woman has just lifted her fingers from the keys, and it's that moment of suspended silence. And it's absolute perfection. I think Vermeer's musical subjects are really indicative of him as a complete artist. He is allowing space for the sound of the music and for us to activate all of our senses, not just sight, but sound as well.